it's a great baseball game.
You know, we talked about it as a group yesterday. These guys have been in a lot of big games, and this is another in a long line of the history of Army baseball. And you know, we wanted to get into the game. Last year, we never really got into the tournament. You know, Chris did a great job of getting a swing off in the first, and then we got in it, and then in the middle, and then you go into the end, and you know, you can kind of sense there's a little tension on the other side, and that's exactly what you want to do as the 4 seed. You want to cause some chaos, and we were really close tonight. But really proud of our guys. We took some punches and kept going. We kept them in the park, which was a huge plus for us. You know, we had some timely hitting. I thought we pitched pretty well. In an environment that is exactly what these guys wanted. They wanted to play in a big environment against a great team. They did, and I think we competed for 27 outs. They had to earn every single one of them, and again, really proud of our group.
We'll go ahead with questions. Please state your name and affiliation.
Chris Anthony Dasher, UJSports.com. I mean, after you got the home run, did you kind of immediately sense that, you know, when you looked across the field at Georgia, like we're kind of like, oh, man, what's going on right here?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a spot where everyone on our team's been here before, from the senior class all the way to freshman now. We've all played in NCAA regional. That's what we've been wanting. We talked all week of having it ready to go in the first inning, getting off to a good jump. You know, being a 4 seed, you want to try to make as much noise as possible. So kind of stuck to the plan. Got a big swing in the first, and we just tried to keep the pressure on them and just play downhill from there. But it didn't work out for us. But we played not too bad on the box. But.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. Colson, what was the kind of the pregame scout you guys had on Leighton Finley, and how did you feel the quality of the at-bats were while he was in there?
I thought we did a great job overall, just getting our swings off. We know this ballpark plays a little big, so that was kind of the mindset going in, is like, make sure you're getting your swing off. You don't have to punch balls through holes and stuff. We had him heater heavy, and slowly throughout the game, like, we were getting our swings off, so we had to kind of change and adapt. But I thought, like, our pregame report was pretty accurate, and it was good. I mean, we swung the bats well today, so everything you can ask for.
Chris, I have to imagine, no surprise given what this team has done the last several weeks, no surprise that you guys fought the way you did even down to the 9th inning?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how we got here, it surely wasn't an easy route. We were down to our last swing a handful of times, so we knew if it was going to come down to the end, we were going to be ready to go. We weren't going to be playing on eggshells. We were going to be ready to get it going, so we weren't going to give up, but you can say we put our best foot forward to that.
Coach, do you see Georgia as the number 7 seed is kind of vulnerable, or more like they can just take some punches and still find a way to win?
No, I mean, that lineup that's about as least enjoyable 9 innings as you can play. You know, they've got a chance every time someone's at the plate, so yeah, they can withstand a ton. You know, and their pitchers did a good job, I think, of just, again, not allowing the game really huge innings. Like, we scored, but we never were able to kind of really distance ourselves too much, which puts their offense in a chance to, in a situation where they can hit a double walk. You know, it's a home run. I mean, they're just relentless in that fashion. You know, I think it's Branch comes up and he's got 15 home runs in the 9 hole. Like, that's not right. It's right for Georgia. It's not right for anybody else. So. Yeah, they're built really well to have a ton of success, and it's easy to see why they're the number 7 seed.
And Coach, yet despite all that, you guys were really just 1 or 2 hits away at certain spots in this game from coming away with a win. Does that kind of hit you a little bit more knowing you were that close, or just again part of the way things kind of played out today?
Yeah, I mean, disappointment in terms of we didn't get to the finish. We're just really proud of them. I mean, it's, again, you know, you look at the odds makers in this, in an 8-7 game with first and second in the 9th inning, you know, with 2 outs is probably not how everybody drew it up. And these guys, we talk about it all the time, they're built for this. They're built to withstand the competitive stamina of just continuing to play and continuing to stay in the game. And they did a great job of not folding. I mean, there were some times in there where we're teetering a little bit, and we get a double play, you know, they line out with the bases loaded. Like, we were able to get off the field and then give ourselves a chance offensively. So the resiliency the toughness, the competitiveness, the attitude, all the things that make elite people, these guys have, and I think it was on display today.
Stat line maybe doesn't show it, but I felt like Ronnebaum did a pretty good job minimizing, just getting you guys out of innings that could have gotten a lot worse. What do you say about his performance today?
Yeah, Matt was outstanding. His last outing was the 8 innings against Navy, a shutout baseball, and then he kind of parlayed it in, and we knew we were going to give up runs, and that's the maturity that Matt had. We knew that this wasn't going to be a 2-1 ball game. This park doesn't play that way. Their offense doesn't play that way. So we knew that they were gonna hit us a little bit. But again, he kind of was able to keep us connected to the game really, really well, and our offense was good at, again, kind of chasing runs and put some across. So Matt did exactly what we wanted, and again, last night if you told me he was going to pitch into the 6th and we were going to have a chance, I would have taken it. And if we were in the 9th with guys on base in a 1-run game, I would have signed up for that too.
What was your first chance getting a look at Charlie Condon and dealing with him? What were your impressions?
Yeah, he's good. If there's a better player in the country, find him. We went into it saying that we didn't want him to beat us. We had the situation, we were up in that first at-bat, he hits the home run. And then I think we walked him a bit. And then the double, he hit the double. And we're looking at it like, you put him on first, he'd hit a home run and a double, like what's the worst? A single would be pretty good. And the inning they got, I think they got 3, we did walk him, and then they put a couple swings together, but he's as lethal as I've ever seen in college baseball. It's effortless and it's real.
Mike.
Yeah, I have a question for the players, and he was fantastic. I'm just curious about the training, the mental toughness and things like that. Is there anything outside of pure baseball, unorthodox, that prepares you for moments like this in terms of handling environments and taking on a big favorite like that?
Yeah, there's definitely, you go through some things at West Point that, I don't know if it definitely makes you tougher, but it really just brings you closer to the guys as a team, just because he's going through the same stuff that you're going through. But yeah, I mean, it definitely plays a role. It's kind of part of our identity, so you don't want to let that go. So you gotta bear down and get after it. But I would say the biggest effect that all the other stuff that West Point has to offer, it brings us together. Just because that guy's struggling the same way you're struggling through everything. So it's good. It's good for us.
Yeah, and I'll build off that a little bit, but just what we all go through, you go through it together. So I've never played on a closer team my entire life, from first guy to 40th guy. I wouldn't take anyone else in the country to be on our team. So just when you get in those big situations, it develops a different sense of trust with each other, that I trust him just as much as I trust Thomas Strike, our shortstop, Sam Root, our third baseman. We've been through a lot off the field together. So kind of being in a big situation where everyone's trying to put pressure on you, it feels like it just gets brushed out of the way and we're just trying to play.
Any more questions?
Coach, I know it's kind of hard to look ahead when you don't know who you're going to play tomorrow, but another opportunity. I know that's probably the biggest thing for you guys, the way you're kind of looking at it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I told the guys after the game, if they don't feel like they belong in this regional, then there's nothing I can do to help them at this point. I want to play another day, so we get an opportunity, whoever at 12 o'clock tomorrow, to stay here and for this group to play again. And I think they're going to be excited to play. I think we're in a good place. I mean, from a confidence, this is not a game that you walk away feeling bad about yourselves or your team. I think these guys will be excited to get up in the morning and get to the park, and hope for a good result and stay in Athens as long as we can.